And now, for your delectation, Books Unplugged would like to present World War Z.
Here now, Books Unplugged. Books Unplugged. Adaptation for your delectation. Now, Books Unplugged. Here with Ed and Dan. Books Unplugged. Page to screen and in between. Books Unplugged. Which would you destroy?
Alrighty.
On to episode...
Whatever
number it is. Anyway.
Episode Z.
Episode Z. Oh, I like it. Hi, I'm Ed.
And I'm Dan.
And welcome to Books Unplugged, the show where we find a movie that's been based on a book and we discuss the two of them.
And then decide which to destroy.
We do. We decide which one to destroy. Today we are doing World War Z.
Yeah.
World War Z... I don't have a great summary for this in my mind, so I'm just going to wing it. World War Z is a zombie story.
Here now, Books Unplugged.
What was your major love about the book and or movie?
Okay, I'm going to talk about the book. I think what I love about the book is its ambition. So, and I want to make you think about this one for a second, because, like, imagine what he had to write in order, like, I think
the author.
The author. I think the author probably had to write a lot more than he actually presented to present what he presented. Right? He had to write an entire kind of the way the war worked and how geographically it worked, and then he probably had to go back over his work, and then, I mean, it's very ambitious what he did.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and then to present a novel in the way that is just, it's, you know, through interviews and try to take, I mean, it's really the ambition.
Yeah, I had this pretty much the same thing. I loved the way that it examined how people around the world survived, whether they did it, you know, by, you know, being nice or mean or whatever, but also the oral history part of it.
By being nice or mean?
Yeah.
Nobody survived by being nice, did they?
Yeah, there were some people.
Were they nice to the zombies?
No, to each other, to
I
humanity.
know.
But as I got further and further into the book, the major like about it is part of my deterrence, but it's also I was very familiar with Studs Terkel's work.
Okay.
He's a Chicago radio personality and author, and he is well known for his oral history on for the book Working. And World War II, where he basically did this. He went around, interviewed people, and put it into a collection of books. You know, so I can see that's basically what they're trying to do here. And I like that aspect of it. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought that was really neat. I thought it was neat the way they went about it. Now, what do you hate, though? What do you hate? Book, movie, both? What you can just go.
I'll just say that I hate that the movie didn't follow the book at all. Like, really, not at all. I mean, there's like little bits here and there, but it's completely different.
Instead of doing what they did, they kind of took a character and made him walk through the end of the war, and he travels, so you do get some of the perspective. But
I mean, they could have picked any one of the chapters and turned that into a successful, good movie. Like, basically, any of those little chapters would have been great, unique zombie
There's
story.
even like a little Red October chapter in there.
Yeah. Like, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Books to boing, book and to boing, and books to boing.
All right.
Let's put 60 seconds on the clock.
I like him calling the zombies Zach. Like, they usually call them G's, and I think that's short for ghouls.
Yeah.
But in the book...
In the book, they called them G's. Ghouls.
And then I think that sometimes in the book, some of the characters, because they have different names for them, just call them Zach. And I like that, because like in World War II, they called the Germans Fritz, and then there's like Charlie, and you know what I mean? So I like that they Zach. It makes perfect sense to me. I really thought that rang true.
Yeah. I love in the movie that little boy that they meet in the who lets them stay in their family's apartment complex. Yeah. He totally makes out in the end.
Yeah.
You know, he would have died in that apartment with his family, but you know, he went off. Now he's probably going to hook up with Brad Pitt's daughter.
Yeah.
You know.
Good on him.
Good for him. Good for him.
Good genes in that girl.
Yeah.
She's going to be good looking.
Yeah.
I don't really know this, but I think in the book there's a scene where the girl's camping with her parents, and they go sell their radio, and they bring back food. I think it's human flesh.
Oh.
I think that they're cooking human beings because they're like, oh, the neighbors did it. We didn't do it. The neighbors did it, but they're eating. You know what I mean? If she needs meat, she's going to die, but don't do it. We don't know. And then they go, and I think they get human flesh. And it's kind of like in between the lines. If Max Brooks is watching, let us know. Or if anybody has a better idea, I think that they feed this little girl human flesh, and that makes her survive the winter, which I think is cool. I like that.
Yeah. I hate that Brad Pitt kept on surviving every impossible situation in that movie.
Well,
he's Brad Pitt.
He's Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
I like the Lobo in the book.
Oh yeah, the
device the lobotomizer.
Yeah.
Is it some kind of? I don't have a great description of it, but it's like a tool that they make.
I was really
of.
hoping like something like that would be in the movie. It seemed like something so simple. Brad Pitt quickly makes.
Or just all the soldiers have one, and they're just like running. I mean, you just don't see it. You just don't see it. That's.
I love in the book the line. It wasn't about safety anymore. It was about the appearance of safety.
That's
one of those things.
Man.
Like,
you go to the airport.
Okay. I'll just tell you right now. No.
No, I got a couple. So zombies running at full speed.
No.
No, they walk.
Yeah, they're
very
just
slow.
a regular
zombies. They totally changed that for the book.
Yeah.
Because I thought when I watched the movie, I thought, oh, that's the cool. That was one of my favorite parts of the movie was the zombies just sprinting, just hauling ass. I was like, oh, that's way scarier, right? Like zombies movies in general, I've never really been scared by because they're like, it's like, well, they're like walking, like just light jog, get a bicycle. And another thing, most zombie movies like. A bicycle would be, in a zombie apocalypse, if you have a bicycle, you're pretty much in the clear. Yeah. Nobody. The bicycle's like, entirety of The Walking Dead, no one finds a bicycle. You don't need gas. I mean, seriously, like what happened? What did the zombies eat the bicycles? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay. What else?
Brad Pitt's character, was he in the book? Figuring out the cure?
No.
Do they find the cure in the book?
No, none of that's in there. None of that's in there. How about walking refugees past dogs in cages before you allow them through the walls of the city?
Man, I want to say that's in the book when he talks to the Jewish.
It is. It's in the same place.
Yeah, because that is one of the only things. The ninth man, what do they call it? The 10th man or something like that.
I don't know what they call it, but that little section where he gets in the walls and all that. Yeah. That's kind of in the book. Yeah. I mean, not exactly, but that's the closest movie that movie gets to the book.
Right. So we've established that there's not
one more.
Much. Oh, you got more. All right.
Zombies coming out of the water.
Yeah, that is in the book.
Yeah. And I thought that was really cool that they carried over because that's awesome. The fact that zombies, everybody goes out on boats, they fall off the boats and they die, but then the zombies float to the bottom and then start walking across the bottom of the ocean, and they're grabbing at boats and stuff. That's wild and awesome. Yeah, really cool idea. Yeah. Okay, best bits.
Bookity Books Unplugged.
Let's see, best bit of the movie. This is snarky for me.
Oh, good.
Brad Pitt's wife almost getting raped in the grocery store. I mean...
Oh, it's so stupid.
Okay, everything's falling apart. The whole world's coming down. But yet these knobs are like, oh yeah, now's the time to go rape it in the grocery store.
So stupid. So you're just sarcastic.
I'm just being sarcastic.
So you're saying that's the worst part of the movie.
Because I don't really have any favorite part of the movie.
I do. I thought that the way that zombies behave like ants. Like I thought that was neat. I thought that was neat. The way it's not in the book, and the way when they get over the wall, right? The way they do it is by they just keep running at the wall and they climb up on each other's moving, twitching zombie bodies until they end up with one of these things. And you see ants do that, and I thought that's really neat to make human beings almost insexual. Yeah, that's not a word.
Ant-sexual?
Insectual. Insectuous.
I think you just started writing your first porno.
I'll take the plot of A Bug's Life. And hold on. Where's my pen?
The best part of the book for me that I loved was Flanax. They mention it a couple of times, and then there's one shit.
Flanax.
It's the rabies drug, the African rabies drug that the guy makes. So they're like, oh, it's African rabies, and so this guy's like, well, we make rabies drugs, so they make a zombie drug that's supposed to, like, if you get bit, and you've taken Flanax, then you're not gonna catch it.
It doesn't work, does it?
It never worked. Again, it was all not about safety. It was just the perception of safety.
Okay, so you like that?
And yeah, I thought all that, because all that kind of works well with what's going on today, because they talked about how they had to push through Flanax, and it wasn't FDA approved. They just had to get it out there. So people.
You think it's a little bit prophetic?
Yeah.
Well, interesting. I think. Well, there's a few. I actually have a couple best bits. One is well, this is also my should have been there. So best bit in the book should have been in the movie. Yonkers.
Oh, there's
this
the Great Attack or whatever.
It's like the famous battle at Yonkers where they don't know how to kill the zombies yet, and the government is like shooting fire bombs at them, like bombing them like they're Dresden or something.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the guys that's on the ground is like telling the story, and he's like, they dropped this thing, and we're all disoriented, and it kills a bunch of zombies and destroys them, but then right after that just comes a horde of zombies coming on fire, coming out of the smoke, and like, why wouldn't that be in the movie? Like, zombies on fire coming out of the smoke sounds like a movie. So I thought that should have been there, and I also thought that was I think Yonkers was just one of the, like, that little explanation was really, and then the fact that it was like this, it was a loss, but it was still decisive, because they realized how they could succeed by having that epic failure, and I think that's, feels true as well, feels real.
Yeah. Those are good parts.
You got a should have been there, man?
No, not really. I mean, what I had here was, any of the stories from the book would have been better than what they made. The whole movie could have been about the astronauts stuck in space, and that would have been better than the movie. Like, remember the astronauts stuck in space? They had the high satellite imagery, so they could even see, like, people dying and everything. And then, like, there was the Chinese space station that they were trying to get to, because, like, they thought they had food in there or something.
I'm a little worried about Brad Pitt.
Books Unplugged. Which would you destroy?
Which would you destroy then?
Oh, yeah, the movie.
Yeah, the movie.
The movie's, I mean...
Well, also, I'll also add the book to it, to myself. that was my other thing I was hiding from you.
You're going to destroy
I'm going to destroy the book, too. Because... unlike Jojo Rabbit, where I was halfway through, and you're like, oh my God, the war's over, and he's still keeping the girl in the box, and I closed the book. I came back a couple of days later. Same thing, I'm halfway through, I'm like, what the hell is going on here? There is no arc, there's just these little stories, I don't care about any of them, and you just keep on reading the same narrative over and over and over again. I'll just go and read another Studs Terkel book instead, and I get the same type of oral history. I'll go out and I'll watch Night of the Living Dead, or I'll watch the one with Vin Rames.
I'd say, for a collection of short stories, it could have been much shorter, right? I do think that probably too many of them made it in there, and if he'd gone through and said, okay, I'm going to cut a few to kind of give it a little bit more mystery, I think it could have been better. But I still think the book was, again, ambitious. It was ambitious and it was cool, and I thought he did a decent job of, like, kind of realistically approaching that topic. But, that said, if you want to destroy them both...
yeah, I'm going to destroy them both, and I'll just, like I said, I'll just watch the original Night of the Living Dead.
And read Studs Terkel?
And just read Studs Terkel. Or you can even go online, just Google Studs Terkel. There's a huge archive there. It's awesome. There's tons of stuff there. I could listen to hours of him talking to people. It's fantastic.
You finished? Thank
Studs
you.
Terkel.
Thank you for joining us for Books Unplugged as we insect World War Z.
Yeah.
Hope to see you next time. Please check out our podcast and our... Okay, we don't have a podcast. No. Do you have a podcast?
Go check out Studs Terkel's webpage.
Oh my God.
Ed and Dan would like to thank you for joining them on Books Unplugged, page to screen and all that's in between. If you like the vibe, please like and subscribe.
Like lazy and letting the boss walk over and stuff. He's like, come on. The book, the movie.
The movie, yeah, it's a great book.
This book is awesome. It's a good movie.
It's an okay movie.
It's a good movie. I mean, you're probably not going to read it anyways. He's laying there, slowly dying.
He doesn't positively describe anything.
Dabba-doo-babba-doo-ba.